2023 has been eventful in the Premier League for sacking managers, and also happened in the Championship, as Sean Dyche, the next one, sacked from the Toffees, and the job has gone to ex-West Ham manager and ex-Everton, David Moyes, who comes in to oversee the stadium move and, of course, link back up with his old club. As today, he is going to be tested. We're going to play David Moyes football and see if the Toffees under him can climb up in the Premier League and also the Champions League, going all the way for glory. As yes, we start on the same screen we did our last rebuild. Instead of Graham Potter at West Ham, it's David Moyes at Everton this time. So excited. I haven't done an Everton rebuild since the first video on the channel this year, I believe in FC 25. And looking at the team, it definitely needs a lot of work. There's a lot of old players, and to be fair, some younger guns. Look at the separation in age. We've got a few younger prospects, and then a lot of old players, which unfortunately are the first team ones, which we've got to try and ship out. As you can see, no live points. I do like to make signings, so I'm not sticking with those. Unless it's a huge save mission, which I believe Everton will be safe this year. Maybe they actually won't, and we've got 36 million to spend. But as always, a manager rebuild comes with objectives, and I've tried to be a little different with these. I've tried to go niche. As firstly, a striker who's English or Scottish to score 27 goals in one season is the easy objective. And the reason 27? Moyes brought Rooney through, and Rooney in both stints with Everton got 27 goals. So we've got to try and better that. And the next one, we've got to have a CDM in the team which is taller than any other player. Moysy likes his CDM, Soucek at West Ham, Fellaini at Everton before, who we took with him to United. And then the hard objective is more broad. We've got to win the UCL. And then the locked objective I've kind of mentioned, but it's going to be different. As we'll start with formation, and unfortunately, unlike Graham Potter, David Moyes is strict to the 4-2-3-1 formation. So we are going to have to stick with it. And it's not the worst thing to stick with. It allows us to get a DM in. Doucouré and Gay are over 30. Don't want to be using them. Don't really want McNeil at Cam, and will Calvert-Lewin actually score 27 goals for us? I don't think so. As also a very thin squad. We've got Patterson right here, who to be fair is a Scottish lad. David Moyes being Scottish, this man being quite young, he could replace Ashley Young, who's the right back in front of him. That's our first change, as, oh dear, Everton fans, cover your eyes, because Neil Maupay's only on loan. I am not going to pay to bring him back. Was thinking of paying it and discarding him, but no, we'll be smart. We'll try and get some money. Beto, not a big fan of the big man. Same with these loan boys, won't play. Indai will play. And also youngsters like Jake O'Brien and Gardner look resourceful. Could pluck something out the hat and turn really good. As a huge academy we've started with, this is without sending a scout out. Jackson Draper, look at the amount of positions this young lad could play. And also Ryan French, we're definitely promoting them too. And also Owen Price. He is an English striker, so he could be the man, if we're very careful with loans, to score 27 goals in the future. I don't know who it will be yet. It has to be an Englishman, don't forget, or Scottish. I don't know any Scottish strikers that would score that many goals. As also, I'm not forgetting about the medium objective. It is quite difficult. We've got to have a tall player in the CDM position. And Beto is 6'4", so we need someone taller than that. Then again, Jared Branthwaite, 6'5". Okay, his height could be an issue. But to be fair, we could always sell him. Then again, he's a huge prospect for Everton, and I don't want to get rid of him. So again, we might have to go taller than 6'5" for our CDM. And to be fair, we might not even afford a good one with 36 million, right? It's time to make some profit. Firstly, out with the deadwood. I do not like our current midfield. So goodbye to Idrissa Gueye. he's making the move to Leicester. And Abdoulaye Doucouré, he's going to Fenerbahce. Jose Mourinho after him. And no, I'm not signing 2 DMs. I'm going to try and have Gardner as one because he's 23 and 1 week to train there. So should come good. And this guy is the one I wanted to sign. From the start, a year younger than Gardner, Skelly Alvaro. Now, I know he's not pretty good at the moment. I'm willing to take the risk season 1. Skelly Alvaro is 6'8" and a release clause of not even 5 million. We could get him cheaper, but we've just made that off Doucouré, so I'm willing to pay that straight up and potentially plant him in the first team if the game likes to give him game time. As there he goes, just keeping Mangala out of the squad, which hopefully is good enough to stay up. I'm worried about left back. I'm even more worried about the right back in Patterson. But I'm all about taking chances, as now right midfield. Lindstrom's not going to play there. He's on loan and Harrison's on loan. So I'm going to bring a player in Everton were linked with a little bit ago. Wilfred Gnonto from Leeds, again replacing Jack Harrison. It's funny that Gnonto won't leave him alone. He just wants to constantly take his place, as Moyes done a good job in the first year in charge of Everton. 13th, I would say, is solid. Didn't expect any more, any less, especially with a 65 or 69 rated in the midfield. I knew I was taking a gamble, as I'm just going to look through the cups to start off with. City beating Chelsea. Don't expect anything in the FA Cup. Might have been a nice run as Bournemouth beat us. I believe that's going to happen in the next round. In real life, them two teams meeting as we lost on penalties in the Carabao. 3rd round to Liverpool, as this is what our team looks like. So not actually much growth. But then again, weird playing players. Don't get who they've played and not played. As Alvaro, I kind of understand. It's replaced him with Mangala, but still, I did put him in the starting 11 to start off with, so it counts as us playing our tall player. But Calvert-Lewin not played. I believe it must have played Beto. And it has, which isn't a huge issue, but is a little bit of one, as they are our highest rated players. But I'm going to show you what I might have stupidly done, or might not have stupidly done. As you can see, a lot of players were out of contract, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin was one of those. I am going to go ahead and release him. We could have sold him, yes, but I don't know if we would have had set money, so I've took the 45k a week that he gets out of the equation. And same with Michael Keane, kind of straightforward. I want O'Brien to play. Then Young and Coleman definitely aren't the youngest of blokes. Maybe could work in the coaching staff if we like to just imagine it that way. As Beto was our top scorer, 16 goals. That's quite a lot, you know, for a player I didn't expect to play. As also I did a lot of loaning out. We've got our youngsters here at the top, 2 of them reaching 68. Unfortunately not the strikers. Then we've got Irabugam and Chermiti doing well. And also some position changes. Firstly, Dwight McNeil, want him playing behind the striker, Illiman and Dye on the left. Then James Gardner, as I said, I'm going to definitely keep him as a CDM here. Just needs to help out Skelly. I am going to go and get some coaches for that. But the best way to help us out is if you guys go and like and subscribe. We're on the race to 50k, and can we hit 600 likes? As here we are with David Moyes in the background having a flickering tie. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the first release out of Everton. Is it called Finch Farm, the training ground? I don't even know what the new stadium's called. As £56 million, the gamble seems to have paid off, you know. Releasing that man. As you can see, Beto now goes to the striking position. And we do have 2 strikers on the bench in Chermiti and Malpe. Now, of course, I'm going to get rid of Neil. He is not going to stay at the club, and Chermiti undecided because we did use him in our previous Everton save and he did turn out very well. We could repeat that process, as nothing really good from any of the other loanees. As yeah, I am going to keep Chermiti just as a bench player, not first team. Beto can go onto that bench and Morpay onto the transfer list. He's definitely got to go. As also Alvaro. I would love to loan this guy out because I feel like he can grow substantially. The only issue is, in the meantime, we do need to get another tall player in, who's actually taller than Jake O'Brien. And I've just realised 6'6" is massive. Stop it, don't say it, as we could change his position to a CDM, but there you go, 373 weeks. Too long, as yeah. Seems like Alvaro will stay in this team. Same with Patterson, the right back, but Tarkowski maybe could get replaced by O'Brien. However, forward, man, forward. How have we not talked about our striker? As first and foremost, Neil Maupay. He's going to Galatasaray, leaving us £63 million now, and we do need a big tall man, not over 6'6", to go up front, either English or Scottish. And well, we don't need a big tall man, but that's what I think David Moyes would want. As Che Adams the best Scottish one, not really a fan of him. Just think he's too far gone, as Calvert-Lewin's ended up at Brentford. What about Brentford's ex-striker? How is Ivan Toney doing? 79 rated, 29. To be fair, he's in with a shout. We'll add him to the shortlist, but I don't think he's the perfect buy. With all the money he will be earning, as how have I forgot about this man here? Tammy Abraham, 27, 6'4", a tall, fast striker, proven at multiple clubs in England. Yes, sure, not many in the Premier League, but I am going to take him on. He will lead the Everton front line. And I'm a fan of it, you know, because he's 27, he should be in his prime, as now let's find a midfielder in their prime to replace Alvaro. As the best midfielder I could find, though, not quite 6'8". But Amir Richardson, 6'5", is at Fiorentina and would require Jake O'Brien to potentially leave the club. But if we only just loan him out and then we loan out Alvaro as well. And in comes Amir, 6'5", to sit at CDM. And I know what you might be thinking, Max, you're slightly cheating. But here's the thing, I'm not. As he's not a CDM yet, but he has been playing as Richardson. Sharing game time with this man, Tim, I'm just going to call him. 6 foot himself, but he is the tallest Richardson, because our 6'5" man Branthwaite, as you can see, is not there, as we sold him to United, 36.7 million. Now let me clear my name here, because I know that may anger a few of you. In the last save I did with West Ham, he just haunted me all save. Plus, we did use him in the first initial Everton rebuild on this channel. And I obviously want to spice things up, as Amir Richardson can change position and it takes him up to an 80. Alvaro's got some catching up to do. We'll see his rating in a minute, as these are the current ratings of the players at the team. Jordan Pickford the best, as always. Never will get rid of this man until he retires, as down here we do get a look at Jake O'Brien. So Branthwaite is gone, but O'Brien is now an 80 rating. Has played at Brighton, and Skelly, well, he's got a downwards arrow, but he's 74 rated now at 24. Little bit lacking. Nothing on Amir Richardson, as unfortunately nothing on Waz's record. We needed an Englishman to get 27. Dwight McNeil got 13. But Tammy with 5 goals in 21. Okay, it looks like actually Beto took them on game time, which we do not want in the future, as it is an improvement on 13th to 10th. And to be fair, with Mason Holgate at centre-back, I will fully take that position, as Jake O'Brien's done really well. Reaching an FA Cup finale with Chelsea and losing narrowly. We'll be glad to have him back, as we lost to Spurs in round 3 ourselves. Not liking cup runs, as round 3 lost to Leeds as well. In the Carabao Cup, again, a London derby where Chelsea win. Not going to get too down. Don't believe the team was set for Europe. However, it can be next time if this budget continues onto next year, with 64 million made from Jared Branthwaite and other player sales. Gonna check that in a moment's notice. But also, I don't know if you noticed, we did have the youngsters on the bench, French and Draper. Sure, not done too great, probably drop off it. So we do have some players back. Alvaro, he gets onto the bench. And also, O'Brien can go into the first team, but he will swap with Tarkowski. Right, we need a left-footed centre-back, maybe another striker. Because, Tammy, I'm really disappointed. I expected 20 goals. Not a high finish in the league, but some goals from our bloody striker, who disappointed massively, as to be fair, the money's not carried on. 75 million. I'm kind of left disappointed with that. Looks like centre-back will be priority, because Tarkowski, 33. Then again on the bench, no fullback apart from Dixon, who I do not want to play. And we have to be careful with our centre-back. We can go for any nation, any rating, but we do want them under 6'5" to make sure Richardson still plays. as all my days, he's only 6 foot. And Piero Hincapié has been relegated with Leeds United. This will be a huge dent on the budget, but I believe I just did see him out of contract. So 35 million. Leeds United, take it or leave it. And they leave it because they don't even accept it. I can't believe that. Championship club did the same thing with Nonto in real life the first time round. Didn't allow him to move to Everton, but Lyonnais let go of this centre-back, Alessandro, 80 rated, left-footed, straight into the back line, and I like it. 80 rated. Now for that bench left-back, and again, I might sell one of these players. Beto or Chimiti, because they are both out of contract. I don't want Beto stealing game time, and I do want to find another Englishman to try and break the 27 goals we need, as Tammy Abraham is ex-club. Chelsea with a bid. Now, I am, of course, going to reject that offer, insisting Beto leaves instead, as he does the international. Forget the country he does play for. Let me know in the comments below, as he gets a good move to Spurs. Now, Max Dean, I haven't had my luck with him in career mode, and that is why I'm going to go for the man below, Delap, who I did sign in my West Ham save, but I didn't play in the starting 11, so we'll get his chance here, and this man will. Moving over from Sheffield United, stuck in the Championship, the left back, Harrison Burrows. And he is not bad for a backup. You can see him on the bench. He's got plenty of game time. But look at the team. More importantly, that has come on leaps and bounds. I mean, there's Ndai, 86 rated at 27 here from the start. McNeil in that cam position. And Delap, which I changed to our striker. Had to get him playing, as yeah, the ratings are getting closer to potentially doing something very special in this league. Then hopefully beyond, as it's the wrong player and it's one off. Iliman Ndai scores 26 horrifically, because Delap only 14, really needed him to score the most, and Abraham had a go. More goals than last season. Still not good enough, and I don't know why we can see this man's goals, probably from the cup competitions, but Owen Price at Plymouth, 75 rated at 19. His loan's gone well. 1 goal in 1 game in the Carabao, 1 goal in 2 games in the FA Cup. And probably plenty more in the Championship or League One. Oh my days. So close to winning the league with Everton after 10th place. Moyes has got it all figured out. We were running away from 2nd or 3rd, should I say. But City run away from us. Still, that is Champions League football. Amazingly, with the Toffees as Manchester City win the FA Cup. I would like a domestic trophy. We only lost in the quarters as well. Again, on pens to Leeds. But then in the Carabao Cup, it has actually happened. Just said I wanted to win one of these games. Go ahead and win a cup. We've won the Carabao. Put that straight in the cabinet. Over Liverpool. We even beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semis. The quarters, Spurs. We didn't have it easy at all. As then the Champions League finale, though. These are the teams we're going to compete with. Dortmund, Madrid, and it's Moysy. Great stuff. Seriously, can he try and overcome what we're about to face with this squad? It's good, but is it really Champions League quality? Well, for season number 4, I 100% doubt that will happen. We have the Community Shield. We have got money gifted to us. 118 million. Yes, I know we've just gone and got Champions League, but have the board give us more? Because the new stadium is finished? Maybe we are selling more tickets, and I definitely know where to improve this squad. However, it won't be easy, because remember that lock challenge at the start? That is going to get opened, and because David Moyes is Scottish, of course, you could have expected this. We do need to sign another Scottish player. Because Patterson's already Scottish, he's our right back. He's 25 and the weakest in the actual 11. And I don't want to replace a Scot with a Scot. If we could, because we actually can't change from Moyes' formation, go for a Cam. McNeil could be replaced. And money to be made here somewhere, because Abraham, right, 29-year-old. Chimiti, 23, 78. He's not going too bad. But Price, come on, we've got to get him involved in the team. Maybe as the backup striker. Leaving a lot of selling to do. We're going to have tons of money. As on second thoughts, maybe we keep one of the strikers, maybe Chamiti. As out goes Tammy Abraham, he's finally got that move back to London. Going to the former team and now £142 million. Sure, it's a lot to spend, but I actually momentarily forgot the Scotsman. I'll just search for any midfielder to start off with, not too strict on the search. See what we can actually find, because we do need the best of the best. Connor Barron, oh my days, is almost in the 80 rated mark, but he's more of a CDM, and we really can't give up a CDM position. But one position we could give up. I know Nonto's done all right in our team, but Ben Doak at Atalanta, 79 at 21. Looks really promising. Really wanted to sign him until moments, literally seconds, later I see Lewis Ferguson. Same age and, well, same rating as Dwight McNeil, but there is one key difference. This man is Scottish. Straight onto the training drill, where hopefully he might go over the 83 mark. And still, an 83 rated on the bench is not the worst thing to happen to us. However, saw some low ratings on the bench alongside him. So a backup keeper, Darmen, he comes from the French league. And a Mender from the Bundesliga, Frankfurt, a good rotational player, leaving us still stacked for cash to go out there and get that wonderful world-class player. And with Nonto coming from the Championship, a right mid who was really good, I'm gonna rinse and repeat the process with Brentford's Magnus Aquilush. Won't lie to you, do I have a clue who this guy is? I believe he is from Monaco. Never ever seen him play. Still, he fits into this team. Knocked Nonto out the ballpark. Ferguson now a cam. Delap at an 87. Unreal ratings. Yes, I know Pickford is our best, but I believe our defence is the weakest with O'Brien at an 86. Definitely can improve in them areas as goal scorers this season. Delap has gone and done it. That's why he's got the increase. 35 goals. Get in there. It wasn't Price who didn't get many games. Alachiche or Aquilush. I'll say it both ways because I'm unsure, getting 20, but Delap, 0 assists as well. He was after Rooney's record, if we can even call it a record, because of course it's just scoring 27 goals, which he got in his tenure at Everton. As it's another second place finish. In this save, I'd love to win the Premier League, but City taking one defeat? No chance, Chief, no chance, as I don't even understand why the game does this. City actually beat us. Yet again, it says penalties. I believe I've downloaded a mod somewhere and it's absolutely messed my game up. I need to resolve it. As Manchester City win the FA Cup, this team looks bloody unbeatable as they beat us 2-0. Oh my days. Every single game against us 2-0. Apart from the Carabao round 4, we lost on penalties to Chelsea. And City didn't make the final. Finally knocked out of a trophy, giving me a smidge of faith we can get better than next year. If there is a next year, because we did finish in the Champions League, a point behind Aston Villa, but 14th takes us through to the playoff round, and oh my days. I've never been more embarrassed than this. Conceding 5 goals to PSV and losing 5-2 on aggregate. Oh my days, oh my days. Terrible season for what we're worth. With the squad ratings and everything. We've got everything ticked off on the objectives though. Scotsman in Ferguson. Over 27 goals from Liam Delap. And our tallest player in the team being Amir Richardson, 87 rated. In CDM, as he's still here, is Skelly. I feel a bit sorry for him. 6'8", 26. Just not got into the team at all. And probably won't when we check the budget. We could go better than what we've currently got. 136 million, get in there. Just what I want to spend. Not on a striker, but I previously mentioned just at the end. Defense, Nathan Patterson maybe could pass at right back. Alexandro, 28. He's a little bit shaky. And then Mikalenko's actually 29. I thought someone was over 30 here. Pickford is 34. And also on the bench, Harrison Burrows, 83 rated already. and he's only been coming off the bench. Gonna take something big to try and knock a player out of our team as Jared Branthwaite. Of course, can't sign him back, being 6'5", and he's been passed on to Tottenham, which I see a little bit weird. Manchester United probably could have used him, as we can use a younger left centre-back, left-footed, Miguel Gutierrez. Or Gutierrez might be pronounced different. 87 physicality, 82 pace. This man will replace Alexandro once the time is right. And I know it isn't really a Moysy signing, but he did say in his recent interview they do need to sign more quality upcoming players. And this guy, the definition of a youth player, I believe he said something along the likes of they need some quality players because they're moving into a quality stadium. And one man that is very used to playing in quality stadiums, been at Napoli for a while, and did play at Old Trafford. McTominay, because obviously we have to take into matter of fact, this is a Moyes rebuild and McTominay is his Scottish pal. Or new Scottish pal. I don't know if it was friends before, but look at that. Just on a yearly contract and does have that Champions League experience over Tim, who we've just replaced. And yes, I know he played in the UCL last year. Come on, let me change these tactics. I don't want to really go to counter. But then in the midst of saying that, I realise this is a David Moyes team, which is going to sit deep this time, going into the Champions League. I'm going to trust in his style, as it keeps us in the same position, but when Manchester City turn on the style, there is no coming back. 101 points. They've been Centurions twice in a row. Only one defeat. Is Pep Guardiola back? Because City definitely seem it. Again, it said 2-0 to them, but then they've won on penalties. The glitch just keeps on coming. As they've also won in the FA Cup. Unbelievable. They cannot be beat. But we can by Wickham. Oh my days, managerless Wickham in real life. But then again, actually, they can be beat because in a one-off game, Man United get revenge in the Carabao Cup. Or actually, City got revenge on them because the Carabao comes first, as we were hammered by Newcastle 3-0. Very disappointing. We have won one cup though, so we can't get too disheartened. And hey, us second place to City again in the Champions League this time, and we got very lucky. Salzburg we got, and Salzburg we beat. Oh my days, and then in the quarterfinals. Oh my days, they can be beat. We've actually got past Manchester City, 1-0, held out. Looks like David Moyes' aggressive defensive counter-attack is working, because then we went and beat Barcelona. And that's us in the Champions League finale. Leipzig versus Everton. We've got our top scorer. We've got our tall man. Everything looks set for this team to just march on. And oh my days, some of the ratings. Lewis Ferguson, one of the Scotsmen, 92 rated as a cam. Richardson is a 90. Delap is almost there at 89. And then Harrison Burrows, who I completely brought in to be a bench player, will probably find himself starting because he's got 2 goals, 4 assists. And Ferguson, 26 goals from a cam. That's absolutely outrageous. And it's the Estadio Metropolitano. Looks like they do have the home end because they've got the big tifo up. Leipzig versus Everton. An interesting team to meet in the finale, but definitely have the potential to cause an upset on us, because yes, I class us always as the favourite, especially when we have a style of play and we are in the 4-2-3 one, which I'm trying to grow out of, but this is David Moyes' preferred, so we are going to be sticking with it as O'Brien. This is good counter-attack though, if we are onside. It was a very high line, you know, but Delap somehow got behind it, and Delap makes no mistakes at all, taking the roof of the net off. This is a very quick goal, which has even caught the replay by surprise because we didn't even get to see a celebration. 1-0 to the Toffees. Great start as now Burrows getting forward from that left-back position. It did say he could play left mid, so he's interchanging with Ndai across towards Delap. The ball's gluing to our players here as Ferguson, that's a free kick. Really, really dominant here. Tell you what, if we score this with an 87 free kick, accurate Gardner, it is curling. Only could be palmed by Keller. And I am going to take the short corner and die into Almir Richardson. The cross towards the back stick. No striker to meet it there. And apart from that, they've just had a pop shot. Pickford taking a goal kick. It's gone a little bit quiet this first half. More quiet than I've ever seen one before. But here he comes, the winger that I'm not going to try and say the name of because I'll always say it wrong. And I will always upset a few yous. But here he goes into the box. Zeno Dibast with the block. He gets the ball back again. Yeah, we just can't get another chance. Looks like they've just gone back to being solid as Patterson. Of course, the Scotsman diverting or inverting into the midfield of Moyes. Goes for the shot, and it's not a bad one. Big swing, but no ding, though. We did not connect. Now, Enyasiri running down this side. Gardner should have the pace. He does. He needs to try and slide in. That's outside of the box. I don't know. I don't know if it was. The ball was there to be won. It's a red card. Gardner is sent off. Maybe this is chance for Alvaro. Yes, Ferguson, 92 rated for a 78 rated player, but he's that 6'8" man. He had to enter the field of play. And good, it's only a free kick. Harvey Elliott goes for the stupid roll, and now counter-attack. We really need it. We're one man down. The counter-attacking style should come out to play as Illiman and Dias round his man, the number 10, just through on goal. Keller to beat it, goes for the shot, and the defender, I believe, has scored an own goal. He did not get the final touch. That is lucky but good. And Dye had to make the counter. He had to run. As does it take a touch? It's a massive one. Kalu has put that in for us. Might still give it and die though, because it was on target as Javier. Don't let them get another goal back. Don't get sent off. A brilliant tackle, and Richardson, where's his tall friend? I do not know, but he's got a through ball trait I didn't know about. On to Delap right here. He has a ball into the box, but then again, that should be a red card for them. And it is leveling the game up. Kalulu's had the worst 10 minutes possible for any player, as this isn't room for Gardner. This is room for Harrison Burrows, the left back in the team. Going for it because his English mate in the midfield is suspended. And Mittelstadt, come on, just defend for a little bit longer. Actually approaching the 90th minute, which is brilliant. I didn't even see we were that close to time. A tackle, though, from 5 onto Harvey Elliott. O'Brien on the yellow card. It's a save by Pickford. That should be the whistle. I believe the corner will be taken. Come on, ref. They're not scoring 2. They might get 1 right here. Just whack that element and die. And that finally is that whistle. As Everton go and do it. 2-0 over RB Leipzig. Had to get past Barcelona. Had to get past Manchester City. And we have, as who's the captain? I believe Jake O'Brien would be a good fit. Oh no, of course not. It's Jordan Pickford who made that save to keep his clean sheet. Been here from the start. Was already in his 30s and now lift the Champions League. That's brilliant. At the Estadio Metropolitano, Jordan Pickford kind of makes up for not winning one with England. The World Cup or Euro soon to come though, Tommy Tuchel era. As if you do want to see another English team, there's plenty on the channel, link down below. Or click my hands right now. There probably will be English videos, but they're just recommended by YouTube for you guys.